Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yes, good. Nice seeing you. How many times in your lives you have asked yourselves the question of how powerful actually the prayer is? What good does it do? What are the effects of the prayers? Many times we come to each other saying, I'm not doing that well. I was diagnosed with a cancer. My cells are low. My hip hurts. Anything that comes to my mind right now. You come up to somebody and share with them, and we don't tell them, let me sleep on it, I'll get back to you tomorrow. But we rather say, I'll keep you in my prayers. This is our Christian Catholic response to such things. We say, I'll keep you in my prayers. Even this morning, I woke up to some of you and you were telling me what's going on in your lives. And I do keep you in my prayers. And I ask you to keep me as well. So the question of prayer is so familiar to us. We offer prayers for others. We pray for ourselves. If we listen carefully to the first reading about Moses, people of Moses, they believe in prayer. They drag him to the hill and say, this is what we want, and you're going to pray on our behalf. And if you're going to get tired, there are going to be 2 extra guys up there, and they're going to hold your arms, and we're going to get what we ask for. I don't know if it's a prayer to change God's mind. I don't know what was behind it, but it worked. It worked. It worked. They won the word that we're asking for. Some of us might say, well, what a powerful God, what a great leader. But it worked because he was on top of the hill and others came and helped him. It usually takes a village to do something. In this case, it did take a village and they got what they asked for. In a second reading, we have a widow. I don't know why, when I think about a widow, she's usually about this tall. Quiet, but powerful. Some of us who are Polish, probably she will remind us of our Polish mom. She wants to get something, she will knock on any possible door to get it, and it will be open. So, let's say that today's widow from the gospel is that Polish little widow. She goes to this unjust judge, the one that doesn't care about God, doesn't fear God. He knows it all. Not that we have any judges like this nowadays. But he doesn't fear anybody. And he doesn't care about human condition or what's going on out there. But she goes. And we know her condition. She's a widow. Obviously she's grieving, she's sad. And she needs something. And she doesn't have help. She feels like she's alone, but she still goes. She goes and she's persistent. And she gets what she asks for. In a span of 20 years, there was a research done on the power of prayer. Believe it or not, but scientists wanted to measure if the prayer actually works. What was behind that study, I don't know. Maybe they wanted to prove that it doesn't work. Well, too bad. Too bad. The findings were amazing. The findings were amazing. The first study was in 1988. It was in California Pacific Medical Center in San Francisco. It was a double-blind study. Double-blind study, if you're aware of it, how it works is the group that the study is being done on doesn't know about it. So there was a group of AIDS patients that was prayed for. There was a special group developed that prayed for the AIDS patients, and they were observed, and there was another AIDS patient group that wasn't prayed for. What they find at the end of the study was that the patients that were prayed for got sick less, recovered faster. and their life was longer than the ones that were not prayed for. Similar study was done 10 years later, 98, also in San Francisco, with different group of patients. Those were the ones who were survivors of the heart attacks. Interestingly enough, similar findings. Those who were prayed for recovered faster. Third study was from the Deacon University in North Carolina, and that one was done on the patients with the cardiac procedures. Findings: 100% fewer side effects. 100% fewer side effects. The power of prayer. I don't think we have to do any study on the family and how it works in the family. There's an old saying that the family that prays together stays together. And you know that if something is going on in your life and you pray with your family, you stay together, you go through it, it works. I don't think we have to do study on it. But there's a study done on it too. Findings, the same. So it's either your wife, your husband, your partner, your fiance, your girlfriend. If you pray as Christians together, miracles happen. Something happens. I'm impressed by those studies. I'm impressed. Often I'm very skeptical, but when it comes to that stuff, I believe in prayer myself. If this is the God that I know, and this is the God I talk about, the prayer works. Prayer works. Recently, as a community of St. Stanislaus, we're going through the whole discernment process. It's a big piece. We're getting lots of information from the pastor, lots of information from the internet. We're inviting guests over here. They're sharing their wisdom with us. There's a lot going on in our community. There's a lot going on. We're looking for clarity. We want to see where we're going. We're asking for the light, for enlightenment. We want to know who we're going to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. How are we going to achieve it? Well, what if I tell you that we should pray for it? We should pray together as one parish family. We need to go to the hill, whatever it takes. We're going to drag Father Mark with us. We will do it because we are determined. But he cannot do it by himself. We need the board of directors to do it. We need the sermon group to do it. If some of you are strong enough and feel that you can help with the prayer to get on the hill, please do. It takes a village to achieve it, and we can achieve it together. One little prayer can help us. One little prayer can help others. One little prayer can bring us closer to God, but we can only do it together.